basically clearing the decks. And what I do is I go around my home and I go through every room and go through a bit of a ritual, really. And that ritual is to go through each room at a time and do something very simple, putting things away. Now, why do I do that? Well, the reason why I do that is so I can celebrate basically the home I've got and relax, as also to take time out and also to make sure that everything's in its place. I know where it is. And I've been doing this for a number of years now, and it really is satisfying. So what are the steps into what I do? So firstly, step one. Step one is take one room at a time and don't go backwards. Well, what does that mean? Well, basically, I start in the kitchen, I move towards the living room, the dining room, I then go up the stairs, into the bedrooms, into the bathrooms, back down through the stairs and back into the kitchen, and that's how I do it. I don't go back. And as I go through each of those rooms, I put things away. So I basically take things off the counters and put them into a drawer or put them away and put them somewhere where they're meant to go, where they're meant to be. Everything, though, I believe, has a space, okay? Everything has a space and a place to put things in. And what you basically do is you just put it in. Now, we're not talking about sorting. We're not talking about decluttering here. We're talking about just simply putting things away and out of your sight line and clearing the decks. So, for example, I would go into the kitchen and there may be some things that are from the dishwasher that needs to go away, or something on the top that I've been using for cooking the night before, or the family been using the night before, and I just put them in the cupboard where they belong. Now, I must admit, some of the cupboards aren't tidy and their drawers aren't tidy, and we all have one of those man drawers, don't we? If you're a man, I don't know what ladies' drawers are called. No, that doesn't sound right, does it, ladies' drawers? But we have our man drawer where we put stuff in, and that's okay. But just get it in that drawer and get it out of the way and clear it from the sight lines, clearing the decks. But everything has to have a place. I also, for this to work, is I set a timer, and I set a timer to basically establish a routine and have fun putting that routine together. Now, if some people here might have read Michael Heppel's book, 17, it's on my shelf at the back there. 17, Michael has a great strategy called 17-minute sprints. Now, I used to do my clearing the decks within 20 minutes. I used to set music, but because Michael's got a great challenge for 17, I've started now doing it in 17 minutes. I set a timer. I use that thing that you say, set me a timer. It'll go off if I say it. And I set it for 15 minutes, or, sorry, 17 minutes, or I basically have some music on. And I really do try and make a game out of it. Make it fun. That's the whole idea of this, is to get through the sprint and make it fun. Also, you might want to get your team involved. Make it a game. Make it a game where your team are involved. And I mean, it could be your family, or it could be your family, or get that team involved in clearing the decks. You might want to set the kids a challenge to clear the decks in their bedroom and put stuff away while you're doing downstairs. And then you might do it like that and have rewards, or have a family movie night afterwards after the decks have been cleared. And then the last thing I want to say is enjoy it. Enjoy it and take a step back and celebrate. So that's basically the clearing the decks routine that I have. I hope it's a good strategy to help you move along. So some tips with the strategy I have, or the routine that I've set, is firstly have a routine. Make sure you do it every week and go through it, or you might want to do it twice a week. The second thing I would say is have a holding space. And that goes back to what I was saying in number 2. Number 2, everything has its place and you want to create a holding space. Now, my holding space is the stairwells. I also have a holding space in the kitchen, which is just a big box, or like a small crate, actually it is now. And what that is that's where I put things that don't belong in the room that I'm in. So I said in the kitchen before. Say there was a piece of mail come through, because my kitchen, that's where our mailbox comes through to. What I do there is, if there's some mail that's come in the top, I take it and just leave it on the stairs, because my office is upstairs. So what I do is I take that upstairs when I go up the stairs to complete the upstairs area. The Another example is maybe, for example, if the kids have got their toys and their toys don't belong downstairs, they belong in their rooms, put them on the stairs, and then when you go through the kitchen, when you go through the living room, the dining room, and you go up the stairs, you take those things upstairs. The other holding space I have, as I said, was a sort of a box, and that's usually for stuff that goes in the garage. So, for example, yesterday I went shopping, I bought some bigger soap powder because it was on offer. There's no room in the house for that, so I just left that in the box for the garage, and then at the end of the process I put that in the garage. Same for going down the stairs. If there's anything that needs to go downstairs from upstairs, I then do that. So I'm keeping that route, and I'm only doing one room at a time and not going backwards. Another tip I've also started to have is using a pad and paper to record anything quickly that I need to do, like a job that needs to happen or that something needs fixing, and add it to my fix it list. And we'll talk more about lists in another one of these sessions. So that's basically it. That's the fantastic way to add a routine called clearing the decks to making space.